The Eurovision Song Contest. Words most people know. Words most people have strong feelings on. You might have lit up. You might have scowled. You might have thought about shutting your laptop or throwing your headphones at the wall. Either way, you reacted. But do you ever wonder why? Why Eurovision is so loved and so loathed and so intrinsically part of our cultural consciousness? Why the whole circus just keeps rolling on? It has nothing to do with what you see on stage. Eurovision, the Eurovision Song Contest you watch on a Saturday night once a year, maybe at a party, maybe channel hopping, whether that's the last bit of a long, long story. Eurovision itself is where the story converges, where a winner is crowned, you see insane things you talk about at the office on Monday, but that story is made up of thousands of people's hopes and dreams, passions and ambitions, from Portugal to Poland, France to Finland, the UK to Ukraine. And to write their story at Eurovision, they first have to get there. So we thought we'd go there instead. 3 countries, 3 song contests, 3 stories you've never seen told quite like this. We go to karaoke bars in the Balkans, sit on beaches in the Mediterranean, and stand on top of Nordic stadiums. And on each stop, we talk to the people who are part of each show to understand why it and the country it selects its Eurovision act for are such an important part of each nation. We're going backstage, behind closed doors, and to places we've not even seen before to figure out why Eurovision matters and why what makes it matter is almost entirely in the spots you've never even looked. My name is James Stephenson, and this is Eurovision Uncovered. Eurovision Uncovered is going on tour. 3 contests, 3 countries, and 3 compelling stories over the next few weeks. They're all going to come out later, but the filming starts now, and we're beginning backstage at Dora in Croatia. I am embedded within one of the entries that will be taking part this weekend. That means backstage access, green room, and interviews with the artist to get a real understanding of what competing in a Eurovision competition is like in a way we have never seen before. For over a year, I've been following a group of people trying to achieve their dream of making it to the Eurovision Song Contest. To do it, I've been allowed to get closer and be more involved with this entry than any other reporter has been before. I've been allowed to go backstage for the whole contest, being part of the team itself as they push for success at Dora. And this isn't their first time. In 2025, the Croatian rapper Fenksta competed at Dora for the first time with his song Extra. He was supported by a creative team that included my friends Daniel Strid and Jakub Ratska, 2 Eurovision superfans and technical geniuses. Together, they lived out the dream of going to a national final and everything that comes with it. They got on the red carpet, they tweaked and fine-tuned through several rehearsals, and they got to work with the broadcaster, Croatia's HRT, in the viewing room, where they had only a few minutes to give the right feedback to perfect the act. But it was all worth it, because when the time came to see if they'd qualified for the final, they made it.
What? See you on fucking Sunday! Fuck yeah!
Fenksta finished 9th in 2025. This year, Fenksta, or Sasha as I know him, wants to go all the way.
Like, I feel a bigger sense of calm than I had the past few days. It's calmer than last year because there's experience behind it. You know, we're used to the process. We know how communication works within the production and within our team as well. So up until I'm on stage, I won't feel a thing, I think.
It's just completely head empty now, full focus.
Well, I'm a male, so it's pretty empty, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's kind of what I was inferring,
Yeah.
but...
Sasha is a Eurovision superfan turned Eurovision contender. As Fenksta, he's a hip-hop artist with smart, fast lyrics and huge charisma honed by years of karaoke. And that's where this journey began.
Like, we know each other for 8 years. We met at a karaoke place that he's also famous at, and he knows everyone from there. The art designer is also from that karaoke place, actually.
So this is where it all started, the karaoke place.
One of the girls from Lelek knows me from there too.
Yeah. I think it's a very famous spot in Croatia now. Like in Zagreb.
It must be. I'm
Well.
gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go for a night.
Sasha is fun, unable to take himself seriously, and obsessed with Eurovision. among other things.
If you ever wonder what Fenksta's doing when he's not performing, he's catching Pokemon left and right.
And the people staging his entry might be even bigger Eurovision fans than him.
The first time for, I think, both of us, me and Dan, it was like, you have the wow effect, like, wow, the thing we wanted to always do, we're suddenly doing it.
When I'm listening to music, usually in my head I visualize how would this look performed live, how would this look performed if I'm creating a set design, how I'm imagining how a song would look performed on that with lighting and everything.
These two are Jakob and Dan, and they're both inseparable. They're both Eurovision fans who also have a gift for technical production. Jakob is a lighting designer, while Dan is a photographer and visual design expert.
I approach visual design and video content in a very vibes-based way, in where all of that is already decided before I even open any software.
Together, they had a chance to do what they loved on a national stage when they got to stage Extra last year.
That wow effect is like gone down. It's like still there. That's cool, we're doing it. But now the experience that we gathered from all the work back then, now we apply it here.
The job of staging a Eurovision entry is complex. It starts with a process called pre-visualization, where they plan the performance shot by shot, move by move, weeks before the artist goes on stage.
That is Q-Pilot. The camera operators don't have a paper, they have a phone or an iPad with exact timing, and they know exactly when they're on air and when they have a countdown.
In 2025, because Fenksta was a reserve artist, that had to come together incredibly quickly when he got selected, as the performance's director, Alex Kolb, told me.
When we came onto the project, when we were first attached with Fenksta, we had 2 days to deliver the creative Bible to the to Harate, the broadcaster.
Oh my God.
When they got to Dora, they realised the real thing was nothing like the previs. From being fans who would criticise the staging of Eurovision performances, they got a crash course in creating one themselves, like dealing with rehearsals not looking as they would have hoped, to working in the viewing room to sharpen each shot. In 2025, we were allowed to capture footage in the room while they were giving feedback on Extra, which no Eurovision reporter had ever had access to before.
Stop. If I could please ask for the top lights on the ring to be off and not doing the chase effect, please.
Okay.
Here we can actually show you what we mean in our previews. It's just that, so he's facing, the camera's facing towards the audience.
Okay.
And the camera's just slowly pushing in.
You can also tell them how long it basically takes, you know.
And it would end there at 2:08:05. Okay, then it's fine. So actually go back to this shot here. This is the one that should be faster. And the previous one. We do want to, we are keeping this. We're giving that time.
Which one? Sorry.
This the one, please. Yeah, faster here.
This one.
Yeah, and as wide as possible on the lens.
Not the one before, this one. Yes?
This one, yes.
It was tough to adapt, but Dan and Jakob had an advantage, each other. And through all the hard work, they got to watch their mad ideas come to life.
Isn't it fucking weird?
It's very weird.
It's so huge.
That week, everyone who was part of this performance all came together to become Team Fenksta. The team for any national final performance is big.
It's the same people, it's the same, it's the same creative director, it's the same, with lights and with video and with the costumes and choreo. It's so similar to last year that I really don't feel that there's much of a difference.
Because there's experience behind it, we're used to the process, we know how communication works within the production and within our team as well, so.
For both years they've competed, Fenksta's had a full team of backing dancers on stage, led by choreographer Eva.
I always choreograph from feeling, and I try to translate the feeling that I feel in the song to the moves that I already have. We do a lot of choreography. When you're a young dancer, choreography is the first thing you start with. It's the same with learning music. You need to learn the notes to be able to communicate with other people. So I had no problem. I have a very good team this year that are used to it.
Like most dancers in Croatia, Eva does it as a hobby. She actually works at Croatia's Museum of Laughter in Zagreb in their marketing department.
just in my head. I have a whole team that works with me, and we talk a lot. Like, I will talk to the person that did the lights, I will talk to the person that did the visuals, and then of course we have Alex above us, that's like the god of doing this for a long time professionally. And the first time we did extra, I was very green, and it really helped to see how they communicate in between themselves. And of course, you need to be a visual person to do this job.
But at Dora, she and everyone else there gets to live their dream.
Fenksta!
And now, it's time to experience it for myself.
When we go to national finals, we think about everyone being under pressure, we think about the nerves, we think about people wanting to do as well as they can. But actually, being here now, I mean, it's a few hours before the first semi-final on the Thursday, it's actually quite calm. People are chilling out, they're talking to each other, we're filling the space, and overall, the impression is good. The thing is, as we get closer to 8 p.m, which is when the show starts, I think that the vibe in here is going to change, because that's when the competition, the pressure, the tension is all going to come up, and that is what we're excited to see.
This year, Fenksta's song is less rap, more Latin pop. It's called Memento Mori.
We all gotta eat and we all gotta die. We don't choose the place and we don't choose.
When I first heard the song, I got what would eventually turn into the final result. It was already in my head. The red color, the library, and the clocks, those were all from the beginning. My very first listen of the song, they were already there.
It's a faster beat. It's reggaeton, so obviously it's danceable. You cannot have reggaeton without dancing salsa, which we're doing on stage. So
it's a bit more celebratory. So we did put some salsa-inspired moves, which is a very party celebration dance. And in the more like anxious parts, we are again a bit more robotic.
I start working on my lighting, and then, compared to last year, I can't really compare them because, again, 2 different songs, 2 different vibes. Every song requires a different type of care of how crowded it is with the lights, with the LED. So, what was the question? Am I going off the rails?
To be honest, I think you've answered it. Memento Mori's lyrics at the start of the chorus, give me a minute, let me be infinite.
Because, the point of a song is, let me try to stop time to watch, 10 seasons of this one show, and then time can go on with my responsibilities and everything, with aging. I haven't worked out the physics yet in this theory.
He really proved himself last year, and we're coming in with a momentum that very few artists of the returnees are coming in with.
As well, we do have some African-inspired dances, dancehall-inspired, house-inspired, because those moves to me are very dynamic, and they fit the actual rhythm of the song, which does have some Latin influences. We looked at Bad Bunny's choreos for shows a lot when we were trying to look for inspo, so I usually like also to look at other shows.
I know I'm not one of the favorites, which is a privileged position, just like last year, although I think the attention has kind of shifted, because people already expect me to pull off a great performance, which we will, duh.
Fenksta is one of 24 artists competing to be Croatia's Eurovision entry this year.
This is the first semi-final, and there are 12 songs that are competing tonight, and there's another 12 songs competing in a semi-final tomorrow. The top 8 from each go through to a 16-song final on Sunday. So that is what our target line is. We've got to get across the top 8. Last year it was 6th place, so we'll see what happens tonight.
Now, when we made the song, I was so damn convinced it's a winning song. I still believe it's a winning quality song, but the competition this year, holy shit. Everybody's bringing their A game. Those who have been with me last year have prepared immensely. Everybody's upgraded. Ananda has upgraded, Irma has upgraded, Lelek have upgraded.
And we've spoken to some of the others about what being part of Dora is like. Like Fenksta, Gabriel Ivic was originally a reserve for Dora, but got a spot after another act dropped out. He performed Light Up at this year's show.
You can feel the tension in the room and the backstage.
Yeah, you can.
It's like super.
That's what I experienced.
Yeah, you can feel it as well.
Lelek are another returning act from 2025. This year, the girl group is performing Andromeda, and they're the pre-contest favourite.
We are a small country, and this is a huge opportunity for people in.
We're so young. I think for young artists, it's such an honor.
At this point, artists begin to imagine just how big competing at Eurovision could be for them.
I'm in the green room with you tonight, and I don't know what to expect. What is that like?
Me neither. I don't know if I want to be first again or last. I mean, I know it doesn't matter as long as I'm, called out. Because last year I was sixth in the semi, but called out first. I know they do it random, and thankfully, let's say hypothetically, 7 artists have been called out. Mm-hmm. There's 5 left. I have not been called out, and they're putting me last. This will be nerve-wracking.
Part of me that thinks that it will be different this year, because last year, again, first time, first experience, I am more self-conscious with everything this year because there's an expectation.
When the qualifiers begin, it's like, oh shit, this is real. People have or have not voted. And we're just about to see how well we actually did.
Once the show starts, the rest of the team who've worked so hard to get Sasha on stage are powerless, including me. All we can do, sitting on the sofa in front of that screen, is wait.
Even me standing in my position before the song even starts, because I know it's on screen, Fenksta, Memento Mori, music by, and so on, and I'm like, okay.
We all gotta eat and we all gotta die. We don't choose the place and we don't choose the time. And for me, Memento Mori wasn't for me. If I only had the...
Couldn't have done that better. Could not have done that better.
Yes! 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 Yes, get it.
And breathe.
The best music! Fuck yeah! Best music!
And be breathless again.
Finalistom je li to još jedna might be us. Ste vi odlučili? Pjesma pod rednim brojem 8.
Pjesmu pod rednim brojem 7.
Pod rednim brojem 12.
Pod rednim brojem 11.
Pod rednim brojem 6. Pjesma pod rednim brojem 10.
I mean, it's a complete 180 because I knew I had a song that's well produced, that's well written, well performed and everything. Even the reactions between the performance and the voting and everything, it was super positive. So at the end, when it was me and Cold Snap left, I'm like, fuck.
Everything leading up to that moment, it falls on you. And when it doesn't, end with the result you expected, it kind of weighs down on you and you suddenly are very, very grounded.
I was at peace with it, I guess, because I felt that, Croatia disagreed with it, but we had done everything that we could.
That didn't quite go according to plan. We're out. 8 songs went through and Memento Mori was not one of them. So that is the other side of being involved in a national final. You win some, you lose some, you don't qualify in some, and that is just the way it is.
But I only figured out the real story from this point onwards by zooming out. To understand why this dream is so powerful, we have to talk about Croatia, a small country with a rich Eurovision history.
In Croatia, I think one stereotype is that, you know, a lot of artists want to go to Eurovision because it's Eurovision, and it has this cult status that's been here since we joined for the first time in 1961. Because back then it was Yugoslavia, but it was still, you know, Croatian artists,
of course,
in some years. So, you know, when I was introduced to it for the first time, you know, my parents and other relatives, they talked to me about how Eurovision was perceived way back when, and, you know, what kind of music they liked, and, you know, how they see how everything changed.
But when the USSR broke apart and Yugoslavia became a relic of the past, Croatia became an independent country with a chance to plant its flag on the Eurovision map every single year.
Because I followed Dora since I was a kid, basically 6 years old. I remember the first Dora I watched was, I think, 2003. It was Ivan Mikulic representing Croatia at the Eurovision. He was singing "You Are the Only One." I think it was the English version. Dash Nikila was Croatian version, and to this day, I think it's one of my most favorite Croatian songs sent on Eurovision.
Today, whether it's Europe in general or Eurovision itself, most cultural power comes from Western Europe. Croatia, in Eastern Europe, doesn't have that kind of cultural cachet, nor does it have that big of a music industry as those richer countries. That means the chance to go to Eurovision isn't just a novelty like it is maybe here in the UK. In Croatia, it is a huge, life-changing opportunity.
Basically, I think Eurovision is the number one.
Or through sports representing Croatia. But Dora is definitely.
You know, it's definitely a giant ass boost. Like, let's take Let 3. Let 3 have been around since the 80s. They are popular here. Now they're more popular, especially artists who make it to the final, you know.
I'm here with some of Croatia's finest, especially like not just upcoming artists, but also established artists. It's an opportunity to show why we're here, why we were selected.
Eurovision is the one single moonshot for a singer here to become a superstar everywhere. The ultimate dream. And that dream starts with an artist.
I don't see it as, oh, super fan becoming artist. I mean, I've been an artist for a long time now. It's just having the badge and it says Eurovision and artist together.
I don't know where or when this love for it exponentially grew, because I watched it as a kid, and then there was a period where I didn't watch it for a while. And suddenly, the love was there.
Sasha was far away from musical stardom, though. Rather than performing on the Eurovision stage, he was posting in the Eurovision Reddit. But getting the second reserve spot at Dora last year changed everything.
I wasn't sure if I was a first reserve or a second reserve, because that wasn't clear from the beginning. But then on Christmas Eve, the first people got out and the first reserve got in, so I'm like, okay, cool, I'm second reserve. There's still a chance. Already mentally preparing. I made the lyric video myself. I'm talking to people, just networking, trying to get ideas off. I even posted on Reddit for people, hey, do you potentially have any ideas? Let's see what happens. And then January 7th, I get a call from Hayate. Oh, I know where you're calling now. And then instant smile and me just clapping like a schoolgirl who has a crush on somebody.
After reaching the final last year, he wanted more. And that dream is as powerful as ever.
Well, by nature, I'm an optimist, and I am a dreamer. And ever since I was conscious, everything's been about music. And so is Eurovision.
But you can't live that dream on your own. Every dream as big as Eurovision needs a team as bold as you.
Well, first of all, let me just say, me posting on Reddit was a blessing in disguise, because somehow Alex saw it.
And it was through Alex that Dan and Jakob joined the ride.
And like, if it wasn't for Alex that he wouldn't reach out to us, we wouldn't be here. But at least to me, it just feels natural. I thought it would be terrified, but I'm really enjoying the whole process.
I'm very, very proud, and I'm very, very happy about all of this. But I'm still in it. It's so weird because whenever we're not in the arena, it is a state of disbelief. Even though right here, like I have the physical proof that is like a very real. You guys are very much on the stage doing like dancing on next to LED content that I've designed, and next to lighting that he's designed.
And it takes more than staging. For Memento Mori this year, Fenksta's team included a choreographer, 3 further backing dancers, and a costume designer to perfect everyone's looks. Even the song itself had an additional songwriter involved. Team Fenksta became family. But more than that, they became the team who dreamed together, all getting a shot at international stardom from a TV studio in Zagreb.
I was just super happy with everyone's professionalism and hard work during this week, because God knows you need the effort and the care to pull it off.
That's the other thing that makes the Eurovision dream special. You don't just dream on your own or with other people. You get to carry a nation's dreams with you if you make it. Croatia loves Eurovision, but they've never won the contest as an independent country. They're desperate to change that.
If we believe in the song, we will follow the Eurovision. I think that's the biggest thing with Croatian people and Eurovision, because we've done a lot of awesome songs, I would say, back late 90s, early 2000s. And like with Daniela Martinovic, Doris Dragovic, Maja Blagdan, we won with Rock Me Baby, but it was before our independence.
Just how much would it mean in Croatia if you did win Eurovision and if it was you?
That would be the hugest thing for our country.
Yeah, literally.
The hugest, literally. Like,
I don't think we can even imagine it.
2 years ago, they almost did.
There's no going back. My person's face to black.
337 points.
Baby Lasagna was our biggest chance to win Eurovision, and we all feel he should have won.
When Baby Lasagna went to Malmö, I think more people cared about Eurovision in Croatia than in Sweden, and we were hosting the thing.
Baby Lasagna won Dora with Rim Tim Taki Dim in 2024, and he was meant to win Eurovision that year. He was the bookies' and the fans' favourite going in, and Croatia started to get carried away.
We all believed he could win, and not just hoped, but we expected.
What made this even more incredible was that Baby Lasagna himself was a reserve, just like Fenksta would be next year and Gabrielevich the year after. Fenksta was actually born in the same town as Baby Lasagna, in Umag. This was someone who grew up next to him, proving this dream was in no way impossible.
Everybody looks at, odd makers and blah, blah, blah. We can say we don't, but we do. At least once in the whole Eurovision process, we do. And that's why we bring our expectations to maximum.
When the final came, Baby Lasagna won the most points from the public vote, but the national juries went with another song, and Croatia found itself in second place to Switzerland.
226 points. The winner, the champion of the Eurovision Song Contest 2024.
That still hurts.
That's why we were so bitter, and still are, I would say, because I don't think besides football, there was a person or a group of people that actually brought together and unified Croatia as much as Baby Lasagna Marko did.
Yes, Baby Lasagna was a total phenomenon. And what's stopping Croatia from finding more? There's no reason that Sasha couldn't be the next one, right? The truth, though, is that it's not just harder to win Eurovision in Croatia. It's much harder to dream at all. Croatia isn't like Italy or Sweden or the UK, in that all of those countries in Europe have a developed international music scene with big stars around the world. That means there's less infrastructure, less support, and crucially, less investment.
It's hard and challenging because in Croatia, it's hard to get support if you're not established artist. I think for a new artist, it's hard. It's really hard.
Gabriel is the exact kind of artist that a developed music industry could support. But while being selected for Dora was an amazing opportunity for him, it was a chance that came at a price.
Everything you do, it comes out of your own pocket. On my own terms, I did like 2 listening parties for Dora. So it was like, okay, organize that. You have to pay for that. Okay, blah, blah, blah.
But everybody's worried about money because it costs to be there. Not as in to perform, because that's guaranteed for free by HRT. But if you want to make a good performance, you have to invest.
That's right. Most artists are putting their performances at Dora together on their own dime. That means most Croatian acts, even the really established ones, are worried about money.
For example, Stella Rade, the whole mountain that she had, she said it cost 3,000 euros. And it's styrofoam. Yeah.
3,000 euros.
Yeah, and then she in her vlog she joked that, okay, this might cost this, but you know, I have to find some TV station that wants to buy it off of me. I'm like, okay, sure. I've asked around with artists, so how's the money situation going? And that person just went.
Working like 2-3 jobs sometimes. I think I really believe in this group that I gave up my work for this.
Wow.
So we hope we'll achieve something great.
And if the artists themselves are struggling, then the teams working with them are making even less. Dan and Jakub didn't get involved for a paycheck, but out of total passion. They've been willing to put in long hours day and night for free, all in the hope that what they made would connect with the Croatian public. For them, that was enough to try.
When we first, spoke with Alex, I started going out because we were working all night. So I would go out, take my dog out at like 3 a.m. and record these little vlogs on my phone. And I would just be like, here's the progress. I can't believe this is happening.
But to get into that room, you need to really want it. In their case, you had to book flights, take time away from other work, and work in a totally foreign country. In the Eurovision Song Contest ecosystem, creatives work extremely hard for very little reward.
Everyone is giving literally 110%. And for the technical stuff, I mean, the passion lies in the hard work. They were, running around constantly. It was complete, like, everything had to be done in a billion different places. And you can only do that amount of work with the team that you have if you really, really feel this passion to create a good TV show.
But everyone is in the same boat. And that means there's a sense of togetherness here.
Everybody was like super chill and super fun. I mean, you can feel the tension in the room and the backstage, but still everybody's so friendly. You don't have the hostility. You don't have negative vibes.
So it's a lot of everyday people, even though it's signed people, unsigned people, broke people, rich people, doesn't matter.
The idea that you can sing or dance or stage a song on national TV is incredibly powerful. It's powerful enough that everyone involved has to be willing to sacrifice just about everything else to do it. Eva had to pick up a shift at work at 8 a.m. the morning after she performed in Dora. There might be no other competition as big where the line between it and reality is so thin. When Memento Mori didn't make the final, reality arrived quickly. We called a bolt on the side of the road and went home. Half an hour after sitting on a couch on Croatian national television, we were sat on our own couches wondering what happened. So what is there to do when you have your dream in your hands and you watch it slip through your fingers? You look around you and realise you're already living it.
You've been on an incredible journey these past 2 years. Mostly with people you hadn't met before. I mean, Dan, Jakub, Alex was all Reddit, essentially, and that's all how it started. What's it been like sharing these couple of Doras with them?
It was weird in the beginning because it's 3 strangers and, I don't know their personality. They don't know mine. How do I talk to them? And now it feels like I've known them for like at least 15 years.
When you perform at a national final, you get to have an experience you can't recreate anywhere else with people you wouldn't meet in any other way.
Looking back, I think that last year altogether has changed my life thanks to all these people.
It's a learning experience like no other. This year, Dan and Jakub were the creative leads in Croatia because Alex wasn't on the ground, and they got to figure out how to nail a national final performance on the job. Those two, and Sasha too, aren't just superfans anymore. they're as professional as anyone else in the room.
Personally, I felt a lot more relaxed than last year. I felt safe and secure with the team around me because I knew that, and I'm saying around me, but I mean like the entire team, the people that I was with. I felt safe and secure with them, knowing that this is what we're doing, and I know, and I can trust these people to pull off their individual part of the performance.
And trying to get to the Eurovision Song Contest isn't about where you end up. It's about all the journey you have to go on to get there.
Ooh, I think I learned how to work in a professional team. Again, the communication and the structure, how they're very kind to one another while still giving info and getting, can I curse here? Getting shit done.
I'm very, very happy with my part of this, and I'm super happy with how everything has come together, and I am immensely proud of everyone's hard work. So I am really happy with what we're going out with tonight.
99% of people who watch it will never even give a second thought to tons of people that are behind a performance. But it's the tons of people behind the performance that I want to meet, that I want to speak. Because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, Eurovision is a huge machine that without all these people would be nothing.
Just getting 3 minutes in the spotlight to be a star is a dream in itself. And it doesn't matter whether you finish last.
At first, it was like, okay, this is everything we worked on, we practiced, we gave our time and our efforts, and let's do this. Let's have fun on the stage. And at some moment, I had like a switch that allowed me to have fun on that stage. It was like the first time being free.
Or first.
We already do feel strong and proud, and we really want to relay our message on that stage and make people feel proud that, first of all, Croatians to feel proud that they sent us to Eurovision, and for other people and foreigners just to be happy that we were the ones representing Croatia, and that's also how we want to feel.
Oh, the groups are very special because there are a lot of people involved in this, and you need to make compromises and sacrifices for each and every one of us, you know, so that's the difficult part, but it's also very beautiful.
Yeah.
Because the reason everyone dreams about Eurovision isn't just winning, and it isn't just getting there. The dream is Eurovision.
Eurovision is one of the few places left in the world where you, at a giant, like monumental scale, can have a way to express your creativity.
Eurovision is a powerful force. It can unite a visual designer from Sweden, a lighting designer from Czechia, and a rapper and choreographer from Croatia with a Eurovision reporter from the UK. It's something so much bigger than any one of us, and we want to feel like part of it. But we are part of it. We drive it.
It feels right to work with people that are on the same level of enthusiasm and that are willing to stay up until 3 a.m. to make everything go right, and that do everything with a smile, that give you every correction very kindly and with understanding and actually help you grow.
That dream Eurovision stands for only exists because of artists like Sasha, Dan, Jakob and Eva. And it would mean nothing without them.
Without dreamers, there's no like entertainment business. Because if people didn't think about all the possibilities, then there wouldn't be special stuff at Eurovision.
When I got to go to Croatia to see all this happen, the plan was simple. I'd arrive in time for the semi-finals, watch Memento Mori sweep through into the final, and spend the entire weekend following every step of that journey. When we didn't make it, it was tough. But then we all realised something. We had made it. To Zagreb, to Croatia, to each other. We all ended up here in different ways, but driven by the same dream. Eurovision, here, now, together.
Okay, we're here with the professional. I'm just gonna bump this to 12,800 ISO. No, you don't need to fix the lighting.
Fucking hell!
Okay. So, Saves Stevenson. CUNT. How do you feel right now after doing this fantastic interview?
I feel fucking blind.
With no final performance to prepare for, Eva took us to the Ha Ha Museum where she works.
You really do have to lie down.
This is Eurovision Uncovered.
They lived up to the name. I got to see two of my best friends doing what they are so talented at for real, and got to spend time being complete idiots. And seeing as we weren't going to be on the Dora stage, we thought we'd do some Eurovision shows of our own. And we had a chance to go where this dream all started.
Baby, I can't wait to know.
Let me mention first the people I knew beforehand. So those were Nika and Eva, because I met them both at karaoke, and you've been there. You've been to Pračka?
Yes, it will be in the show.
This trip to Croatia was meant to be about what it's like to be part of a national final, but it became about everything else. It became about discovering a country, discovering a community, and having an experience I couldn't have had in any other way. That's what the Eurovision National Finals are. It's not about making yourself a part of Eurovision, it's making Eurovision a part of you.
Eurovision fuels creatives. Eurovision lets people dream. This is not because of some slogan or some value words or some idea that they want it to be. We are united by each other's passion and drive and love for music, but not by the tagline, but by everything that isn't this central bureau's values. We're united by something completely different, even if the words are the same.
We are all dreamers at the end of the day. Them, me, you. We all want to do what we love and have someone come up to us and say, "You are so good at that. People should see this." In some ways, everyone is doing their own karaoke until someone says it's art.
My time at Karaoke Studios is over, and I'm feeling the same sort of way that Fenksta must be feeling, that the team are feeling. Hell, we've even lost the light. That's how tone-fitting this is. But the point I want to make, in whatever light we have, is not about winning or losing, because what I found being here is that whether it's Dora, whether it's Melodifestivalen, whether it's any other national final in Europe, whether it's Eurovision itself, the point is competing. I know for a fact that the team behind this have worked so hard to get this right. And largely, everything went off exactly as we thought it would. The dancing was great, the lighting cues were right, the shots were well framed, the visuals, the LEDs, everything was good, the package was there. We were confident right up until the moment where 8 names had been called and Fenksta's wasn't one of them. But do you know what? That doesn't really matter. The point is that going to Eurovision is a dream. And to dream is to be part of it. Even if that means coming in the bottom 4 in a semi-final here in Croatia, it's the competition. And it's the fun of it. And it's making something with a team of people who are talented and ambitious and driven. And whether or not it doesn't work, this is what makes Eurovision. And that's why this show is called Eurovision Uncovered, because this is the real story, the story that almost everyone going to Eurovision is in. They don't get there. See you later.
A man who made the most ways to toast. Give me a minute, make it infinite. Wanna pick my second to live in, learn all the languages and any instrument. Yeah, that's my kind of life. Cut through the noise, take the time to enjoy writing history in rhyme. What if Memento Mori wasn't for me? Give me a minute, let it be infinite. Wanna pick my second to live in, learn all the languages and any instrument. Yeah, that's my kind of life. Cut through the noise, take the time to enjoy writing history in rhyme. Memento Mori wasn't for me. Memento Mori wasn't for me. If I only